Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and today we are out here at the backup gun match with, this time, actually, a backup gun. This is the HA Ordnance Thomas. It is a .45 caliber delayed blowback pistol with a double action striker fire mechanism. It is not a particularly good pistol. It actually feels really good in the hand, but the little bit of shooting I've done with this, it kind of kicks quite a lot. It zeroes pretty darn well, at least in my experience so far. It does shoot to point of aim, which is a really good thing for this. But it only holds 6 rounds, the trigger is long and heavy, and well, I'm curious to see how it holds up for a backup gun match. So, if you're not familiar with the match style, this is basically a series of very short stages. Shoot as much or as little as you want. You get points for making hits. We have no paper today, it is all steel. So, steel target that goes down is worth 7 points. A steel target you hit is worth 3 points per hit, up to a maximum of 7. And then our score, your time, is rounded to the nearest second, and your ultimate score is points minus time. So let's dig right into the first stage. Stage 1 is just the classic Mozambique, or most of it. Start with your hands up, facing away from the targets. Turn around, grab the gun, hit each target 2 times. If you want to hit them a 3rd time, you have to reload first. I won't be reloading because I only have 1 magazine for the gun. Yep.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
I've got everything but bullets that I can find.
That thing kicks. That's
Range is safe.
that's got a real bite to it. And you saw I didn't let the striker reset quite all the way on that last shot and kind of did a little bit of a flinch there. But I made all the hits, so. Stage 2 is just 3 falling steel targets. You have to engage the first one from in the box between the barrels. You then can either lean either way in the box to get the other 2 or move all the way up to the barrels to hit the last 2 falling poppers. Ready?
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Think about it right inside that.
Woo! Just barely.
Clear. Range is clear. 11 seconds.
So I thought it'd be all cool, like trying to fire on the move, and didn't really expect it would hit, which it didn't. But I did expect I'd actually be able to hit the target once I stopped moving and aimed, and that took like 3 shots to try and get. So just barely managed to squeak it out with a 6-round mag. And my hand hurts again. Stage 3, we have 3 targets. You shoot the left one from the left side of the barricade, the right one from the right side of the barricade, and then the falling plate, you can engage from the barricade, or you can run up to the other 2 targets and engage it from there. Go.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Did I hit them both?
Yes.
So, in theory, I have 1 extra shot, and I could have used it to get 1 more point on one of the static steel targets, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to get this, and I wasn't confident that I'd be able to do it in a single shot. So, I ended up with a score of 19, 6 plus 6 plus 7, in a time of 14. So, I am at least positive. Alright, so last stage is the hardest one. From within this chevron-shaped vault line, you have to knock over all 5 plates on the plate rack. So you have to start here at the tip, where you can only see 2 of them around the barrels, and then you'll have to retreat back to hit the plates. I'm ready.
Shooters ready. Stand by.
Got it in 5. A slow 5. So it is, in fact, a fairly accurate pistol. I was able to make the hits. I took my time doing it because that's a really long, really heavy trigger press, but I got all the hits, so awesome. All right, so honestly, overall, this did better than I was expecting. I did have one malfunction there on the very last stage where I had to push the slide forward. I got a little bit of that when I was test firing the gun and making sure of it's zero before we came out here to the match. So I gave it a good cleaning, gave it a nice little bit of oil, and that seemed to have cleared it up until the very end of the match. So if that's something that's going to recur regularly on this pistol, I'm not sure, but I'm glad I was able to avoid it through most of the stages. It has a terrible trigger, long, very heavy. It has a terrible recoil impulse because it is really just the strength of your grip on this that is locking the gun closed, which kind of explains why these were not in production for very long. So if you want to see a full explanation of how this thing works and its history, I have a separate video on that I'll link here at the end. But overall, that really did better than I was anticipating. It would not be my first choice, second choice, third choice, or I don't know that it's really anywhere on the list for a gun to carry because of all of its shortcomings, plus the fact that it's relatively large and definitely pretty heavy for what it is. But darn if it didn't work better than I thought it did. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.